Oh, yeah, you can hear me? We can hear me. Excellent. Okay. Don't know what happened there. I was just saying how sometimes I like to chat to myself when nobody is listening. So I will say that all over again. Hello, it's Friday. I'll cut the beginning bit off in post. Nobody will ever know it happened. It's Friday night. It's 6 o'clock. It's felting time. So for those of you who haven't joined us before, hello, welcome. We record these live. I chat to people in the comments. You can do comment replay. I'm going to just move the mic. There we go. Do a live comment replay so you can see that I'm not just talking to myself, but actually talking to the wonderful people in the chat. And you can, because you're watching, or when you're watching after the fact, you can rewind, you can pause, you can fast forward. And if you don't like my rambling, you're more than welcome to mute me. So you don't have to listen to my rambling. But yes, hello, welcome. It's been a bit of chaos over the last 2 weeks. So we're going to do something nice and easy, nice and fun. And we've kind of done something similar before, but not quite. We're going to do a pincushion. So a couple of weeks ago we did this one, which was a castle pincushion. But today, and I haven't actually managed to get time to make an example yet, we are going to be making a cactus pincushion. Because I think that is just going to make me happy. And that's what we need this week. It's just a little bit of joy. Wait till I tell you what has happened over the last 2 weeks. But before we start, we're going to quickly go through what will be in the kits, because we are going to sell these as kits. And then we will get felting. So you have a foam mat. This is what you've... There's this weird squeaky noise. Just ignore that. The foam mat, this is what's going to protect your surfaces and make it easier for felting. You will have your felting needles. So there's a sharp barbed end and a hooked end. I've got white paint on my fingers. Do not stab yourself with the sharp barbed end, if at all possible. It hurts. I'm so sorry. We also have this stuff and this stuff. So this is the fibre that we're going to use. So my brain has already stopped working. So the brown stuff is either Welsh or Jacob's slivers. I can't remember which one. It is sheep's wool. It has come off the sheep. It has been washed and brushed, but only lightly brushed and formed into these sort of slivers. And then the other one is all Shetland. So this is from Shetland sheep. It's again been washed, brushed, this time brushed quite well. That was not my phone that just went off. That was somebody else's. Also, somebody say you can still hear me. I'm getting concerned again. So it's been washed, brushed and dyed and then formed into rope. This is technically roving, although it is also described or called tops as well. So tops or roving. And the trick to working with this is you want to have your hands nice and far apart and just gently pull and it'll come apart. If you have your hands too close together, you are fighting against the natural length of the wool. So this is the length that would have been on the sheep. And if there's any twist, it's also not going to come apart. So you want to have your hands nice and far apart and gently pull. But we will... Oh, Shetland's lovely. But let's get felting. Because to start off with, in the kit, oh yeah, there'll also be this pot. This pot, I'm so proud of these. I make on my 3D printer in the shop. So they're printed in Fort William in the shop where we make the kits. And they're printed out of a material called PLA, which is derived from corn. So you can compost these in industrial composting. So not your home composting, but these can go in industrial composting. So we're going to start off by filling this with our cactus dirt. Oh, Robin, you made it. Hello. Oh, sorry, I'm getting very excited. Hello, Robin. Hello. Also, did I say hello, Sharina? I think I may have said it when nobody was listening. Robin, we need to hear all about it. Our chief nonsense maker, Robin, is back. Wait, I got too excited. I'm not telling you what to do. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this to start off with. And I'm going to grab my needles. And to begin with, having my hand not stabbing myself, we're going to just do a few stabby stabs. And we're going to start to form this into a ball. And then we're going to build it up until it fits nicely into there. How are you feeling, Robin? Tell us all the things. But before you do that, I need to get this out of the way. I need to tell you all my news. And no one's going to believe, well, you can believe me, because it's a real thing. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of this, and then I'm just layering it round, sort of enclosing it, and then stabbing and squishing. So my news is that last Monday, the roof of my flat blew off in the storm. So it's been an interesting week or two, week and a half now, week and a bit, dealing with a missing roof. Now, you can stab with multiple needles, so you can hold 2 or 3 at once, and this will speed up the process a little bit because you're doubling your output. Now we're going to want it to be relatively firm, not too firm though. Or it doesn't have to be too firm, that's what I was trying to say. And then you can also, to help speed up the process, give it a wee wiggle like this. Yes, yes. It was very windy and my roof blew off. And made the news and everything. There was 4 fire engines. It was crazy. I'm still not back in my house because lack of roof is an issue. But we're coping. Peanut is fine. Peanut's the shop dog. She's coping, and that's the most important bit. Oh yeah, if I haven't said this before, I have a wee wool shop up in the Highlands of Scotland called the Caledonian Wool Company, where we sell the finest of British yarns, specialising in Scottish yarns from small suppliers, felting kits, and knitting gifty stuff. But a lot of felting kits. Oh, that's brilliant, Robin. We missed you very, very much. Is your channel still live? Am I allowed to plug your channel, or would you like me to not plug your channel? I got so excited when I saw you posted on it last week. Last week? The week before? Time is a weird construct for me right now. Amazing. So I'm going to check this. So it's still got coming in and out a little bit easy. So I can definitely go bigger. This is the nice easy bit, where you don't have to, as long as you don't stab your fingers, you can just stab away, get used to the feeling of felting. Oh, okay, so I can plug Robin's channel. So if I go quiet, I'm reading the comments, because I can't read and talk at the same time, because then I just start saying the words that I'm reading, which is very, very confusing. So Robin has a felting channel, and we should all go and follow her. And she is Feltaholics on YouTube. Pop it in the comments, please, somebody, so that we can pop a wee link in there. And everybody wish her, well, you're already nicely recovered, but an even speedier full recovery. Yes, please. Although she's all the way over in Canada and I'm in Scotland. Yeah, so we had a freak-ish summer storm with very high winds. And I was just sitting, chilling in my flat, minding my own business. I was like, it's a bit windy. The building's shaking a little bit, but nothing exciting's happening. And then Andy, the lady that works for me, who was in the shop that day, voice called me because a concerned person had come in to check that I was okay. My house is just along from the shop. And did I know my roof had blown off? And I did not at that point know my roof had blown off. It came as a bit of a surprise because at that point my flat was like the roof was off, but there was nothing obvious happening in my flat. Communal hallway, however, was where the beginning, when I walked out and looked out the window and just saw my roof on next door neighbour's roof, on top of next door neighbour's roof, which was exciting. So me and Peanut packed up a wee bag and just left. Because this is something that somebody else, authorities, should be dealing with. I do not know how to I don't know what to do in this situation. And my flat has been damaged now. I'm not back in it. It'll be a while. But me and Peanut are fine. And the only thing that they just pop it back in. Sorry, reading comments, getting distracted. That nice and easy. The only thing I've lost is my laptop my old laptop, my home laptop was underneath a drip, and it got completely soaked to the point where I tipped it upside down and it was just a river coming out of it. And all that had on it was my saved game of Stardew Valley, for which I had perfection, and I have now lost that. That's 200 hours I lost of game, but that's okay. I can do another 200 hours of playing Stardew Valley. I'm totally fine with that. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do tonight after this. Okay, we're starting to get near the end of the ball. It's starting to feel nice and firm. Even though the outside is fluffy, because we started small and built it up, the centre is nice and firm. And you don't need to watch me making this thoroughly firm. So if you're watching this after the fact, pause now, get this to a nice solid, a nice solid consistency. So at the moment we're like that, but we want to have a little bit firmer. Sylvia, hello! And now we have Sylvia, who also has a YouTube channel. It is You, Me and FTF. Sylvia, you know I can never remember that. You, Me and FPP. Is that right? Please put it in the comments. Please correct me. I get the letters. Folded paper. FPP. Yeah. Right. Sorry. Woo! Distraction. So, if you're doing this after the fact and you're doing it along with me, pause now, get this a little bit firmer. You want it to sit nicely in there with a little bit of a dome, not too much, so about there. And we will get on with some cactus making. Now, depending on how time goes, I was right, it was You, Me and FPP. Yeah, depending on how time goes, we might do a couple of cactuses, or we might just do one. Let's see how fast I am. But the one I'm going to start with is going to be cactus with a mini cactus on top and a flower. And what colour? So I'm going to blend a couple of colours together to do its basic body. Now, you could use some more interior colour to build up the shape, but for this smaller cactus we are just going to use the colour that we've got. So I've got two different colours here. I want to blend them. The easiest way to hand blend them is to put a tiny layer of one, a tiny layer of another, a tiny layer of one, tiny layer of another. Well, I say tiny, these are actually quite big layers. Don't tell anyone. And then, so they've slightly blended together, and now I'm just going to pull and that'll break up the layers a little bit more. But we don't need this to be perfectly blended. I want to be scruffy and there to be light and dark bits. This is going to be quite a circular cactus. I've got a good amount there blended. I was closed. Where was I closed? What was I closed? Oh, I was close. Yes. And we're gonna, oh dear, we're gonna do the same for the top as we did for the base. So I'm going to start with a little bit and scrumple it up. But we're aiming, instead of for a circle, we're going for a sort of, this is going to sound silly, we're aiming for a cactus shape. In fact, let's do it with two. Speed it up a little bit. And again, scrumple and add more around it. Now I'm going to include a few, so in the, how are the kits working? This is the question. Do I include one pot? Do I give you a couple of pots? Ooh, maybe I do, oh, let's do variations. Right, okay. Welcome to brainstorming. You guys are currently making the product with me. So I'm going to do a small kit where you get enough for one cactus, and it'll be, the colour will be on the outside, but we'll do a bigger kit with multiple cactuses. How does that sound? So if you're not following, if you're not reading the live comments below, Penguin, my wonderful penguin, has just commented that, so she said, so Jam sneezed and blew the roof off her house and now she blames it on the wind. Yes, that is 100% what happened. I've had violent, no, I think I probably hiccuped and that did it. Or would I be the wolf and I huff and I puff and I blow your house down? Questions. Ooh, so we're going for cactus. Now don't worry about how we're going to join it yet. We will do that at the nearer the time. Can you felt and walk at the same time? That is the question, Robin. Please tell me that your cushions have tassels and are all fancy. And I am making sure that I'm stabbing from lots of different angles. Always stabbing straight in and out though. I never want to bend the needle. and especially at this point, you can have your hand quite far away, so you are less likely to stab yourself. Less being the operative word. Okay, so that is coming out to be a reasonably good size. I'm going to probably just finish off this, and then that should be big enough. So there's multiple different ways to lay the roving on. You can do like nice neat layers, you can do it in different directions. I'm going to, for this one, yeah, I'm going to go round like that. Give it a wee scoosh. So I'm aiming with a little bit more at the top end than the bottom. Am I still in? Yes, I am. I sometimes wander off the screen, and because I'm so focused on felting, and it's only a few minutes later when I'm like, I'm going to fold that back up. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to fold it up like a skirt at this point, because that's the way we are going to attach it later. That is a way to it. How do I say this without being confusing? I just shut up. You don't have to do this. Also, I've moved where the screen is, so I do have to look round to check the comments. Oh, how are all the kittens? Robin acquired, just as many months ago now, a family of kittens that were causing absolute chaos. Unlike Peanut, my shop dog, who would never cause chaos. She's always causing chaos. But I probably shouldn't admit this on camera. Peanut is currently sporting pink ears and a pink tail. The groomer we go to asked if she could practice dyeing with dog safe dyes Peanut. I said, yeah, do whatever you like. So Peanut came back from her groomers with little pink ears and pink tail, and she looks fantastic, but Mum is now too embarrassed to walk her. Okay, I'm happy with that size for the start of the cactus, and I'm going to do a little nubbin coming off it. So again, I'm going to take a little bit of the light green, a little bit of dark green, a little bit of light green, and I've got wool on my nose. Itchy. Give it a wee blend, and this time it's going to be more of a circular shape. Again, so at the start, I don't know if you can understand what's going on, but I'm not having to touch it and just letting the fact that it's kind of slightly felting into the mat, holding it in place, and then once it's slightly felted, then I can start holding it, because at the beginning is when you very much stab your fingers. Okay. Oh, long comments. Hold on. Everybody pause. Oh, have they been looking after you? That is the question. So for this cactus, we are not doing spikes because I will show you why in just a minute. Once we have attached. So I want this to be a little bit smaller and attach it on the top. You could do 2, you can do multiple. There is no right and wrong cactus. I'm merely showing you how you are in charge of your own cactus's destiny. So if you want a bigger one, a bigger offshoot, what is the actual name of the bit that comes off the cactus? Baby cactus? Limb? You can make it bigger, you can make it any shape you like. You can put details in it, like you could do stripes. There are loads of really interesting succulents out there that have different patterns. This is basically a basic pattern. I'm leaving the opportunities for you to do whatever you like with it. So how does that look size wise? I might do one and a little one coming off there. Yeah. So you want these to be relatively firm. I'm not going to do them as firm as they need to be today. Again, because you don't need to watch me just stab a cactus for 10 minutes. So what I'm going to get you guys to do is, if you're doing this after the fact, pause now and come back in about 10 minutes once you have all your cactusy bits, all your cactus leaves, shapes, whatever you want to call them, nice and firm, ready to go. And I'll show you how we're going to join them and add them onto there. So, are you back? Did you pause? To join them, I'm going to blend a little bit more. We don't need too much. And now is, if you want stripes and things, now is the time to do it. But what I'm going to do is this bottom part. I normally do it this way and I'm confusing myself trying to do it differently. I should just do it the way I normally do it. Take this, pop it over the top of your cactus and leave the bottom bits loose and just fix on the top bits. So I've stabbed in the top is attached, the bottom bits are nice and loose, and I'm going to just place that where I want it and then stab in these bottom loose bits. One side, then the other side. And then I'm going to spend a good bit of time doing extra stabs right the way through and making sure it's all blended in. So turning it over, stabbing it in from angles. That can do with a little bit more. So definitely go at an angle like that, so you're pushing the internal ones down as well. I've seen there's lots of comments come through and I'm behind on the comments. Oh god. Chat amongst yourselves. We have one little offshoot. Perfection. Oh, right, hold on. There's comments far behind it. Oh, yeah. I love it when animals are just like, I am just going to watch over you and keep you company. I had basically a full day nap on this Monday, so a week after the storm, and Peanut just lay on top of me for the whole day. I was just like, yep, this is where I live now. We're napping together. It was absolutely wonderful. I kind of want to have another one coming up there. Yeah, I'm going to do a titchy one. Okay, getting distracted. We've still got plenty of time. I think we're only doing one cactus today. Maybe not. I'm going to make a little titchy one coming off the top. The stacking cactus. Am I still on screen? Yes, I am. I just wandered off. Yeah, that works. Now, I will fully admit, I am a crazy plant lady. And I do, or I used to, don't know if I do anymore, know the names of all the succulents and things, and had a very large collection of them. But it has reduced over time. So this is just this isn't a specific cactus. This is your common or garden cactus. So I've, with this one, left the loose end already while I'm stabbing in, because it's just a wee one. That'll be enough for just now. I'm going to add that on there. So again, we're going to take bottom, kind of halving it, putting it on and stabbing it in. Is it giving a rude gesture? Is it turning into a man? I have questions. If it is, even better. When I put another one there, it's going to make more. It's going to look less like someone is sticking the finger up. But we are going to put a little flower on. Oh, I'm already using it to hold my. So we're going to do a little flower. So I'm going to take the orange, and it's just going to be basically a little floof on top. This isn't a fancy flower because it's just tiny. So I'm just going to do essentially a flat. Now you're going to laugh at me for saying this. A flat circle of felt. If you want to do petals and things, go right ahead. But for this, because it is quite small, I think just a wee there. Yeah, that's perfect. And the way to attach this is slightly different. So I'm going to take one, fold it in half. So I've taken a little bit of slivers, roving, folded it in half. So we've got two fluffy ends. And I'm going to attach, without stabbing, the folded bit in the centre. Make sure that is thoroughly felted in. It'll go in a little bit. That's fine. You just want to make sure it is attached. Yep. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it into the top, if that makes sense. You'll see it goes nicely in like that. Do it from both angles. There is probably a better way to do this, but this is the way I do it. And I can even, now it's in a little bit, go straight through without stabbing my fingers. This is the, let's do it from this angle, without stabbing myself. Can you feel the fear in my voice? There we go. We have flower part 1. I'm going to do a second. What did we decide these were called? Mini iron. That is genius. Yes, you can use the mini iron. There is also, this is probably against all the rules, but I don't care because I do it. If any of you guys have seen one of these, it is a depiller for your wool. So there's a wee fan that sucks stuff in, and then there's a wee blade inside that chops it all off. So I just run that over. Normally my pictures, when they're flat pictures, at the end to just take away any fluff, but you can also do that. I'm not going to do it because it makes a noise. Just want to tidy up this a little bit. I want there to be like a definite join, so I'm going to work that little bit where the join is a little bit more thoroughly to give the definition that it looks like segments. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yes, to give a different segment. Oh my god, that took me so long to figure that out. So that's not my phone that's going off. Wonderful mother, hi mum, I know you're listening, I love you, you're wonderful. And father, who's probably not listening, but I also love you, you're wonderful too. I've taken Peanut for a walk and mum has left her phone in the shop and I'm not going to go and find it and turn the volume off. So that's your fault, mum. We have Cactus Part 1. I'm definitely going to put another one coming off there, but let's get them attached. Upright duck. Okay, I'm really behind in the comments today because you guys are chatting wonderfully and it makes me happy. But why, Penguin, have you just said upright duck? I have questions. But let's not answer those questions. Let's add this on to the base. Because how are we doing for time? We've still got 15 minutes, plenty of time. Let's add it onto the base and then we can do some final touches. So again, I'm layering the two colours because I want these two colours to be. You can just do one solid colour. You can have different segments, different colours. We are just going to do one cactus in this kit. So what I was saying earlier about, I might still do the bigger kit. Maybe in 2 weeks' time we do another cactus. So, layered, fold over, attach into base. stab, 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 stab. You can also do what I was doing earlier and fold it over. But this is, if you've forgotten to fold it over, this is a perfectly fine way of doing it. And I'm going to take base, and we're going to do the same as what we did to the top. So this base will be nice and firm and solid and perfect. My cactus looks like an upright duck. Oh my god, it does! Wah, 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 wah. I made a duck cactus. What should we call this? Has made me very happy right now. Yeah, if I laugh too hard, the roof might come off. What should we call duck cactus? Yeah, so your base is nice and firm, and we're going to just plonk on. Now I'm tempted, I'm going to do it the way I like to do it. So I'm going to open up that nicely, plonk it on, and then I'm going to start stabbing in around the base. Now don't worry because of the green. We have to doubly secure it, which is what I like to do. Now make sure you get in at different angles on the base. Now I've done it again. I've forgotten to tell you to leave a little bit of this aside. I will in some way make it clear in the kits. But I'm just going to take that little bit extra, put it round over the green and stab it in so that the green disappears and the brown goes right up to the base. And then that has even more secured it in. So this bad boy is not coming out. Then, so once, imagine that is nicely, beautifully secured, and you have spent 5 more minutes stabbing all over. And it's at the angle you want it, you can pop it into your boop duck cactus. Oh my, at least you could chat about things. And now to make your cactus spiky, we're going to take, these are not included in the kit, but you take your pins, and when you're shoving your pins in, I'm going to shove them all in rows, and I'm pinning down the way. If you go straight, it's going to come out the other side and you're going to stab yourself. And that is not nice. Gonna do a few rows. I've put too many pins into here. So you can have different coloured pins for your different cactuses. I wouldn't put pins in the top one. And we're going to put them on the back as well. Should I include pins in this kit? Maybe. Okay, I'll get back to you on whether I'm going to put the pins in. But there we have it. Quactus! It's going to be called Quactus. I put the pins on the wrong side for his face. There we go. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Ductus. Okay. Vote in the... Oh dear. Vote in the comments. Now that it's... I want to make it more more duck shape. This is going to be a thing. Vote in the comments. Should it be Quactus, Ductus, Quackers, Quack. I kind of want to take the flower off his nose now. And just have... Oh my god, yes. This is what happens. He has got a little bit of a big nose. Whoop. Okay, don't do what I just did and start stabbing when you have pins in it. Because oh dear. Okay, my very serious cactus pincushion is now Quactus. Yeah. So to wrap up this madness stream, you can do bigger cactus. You could do a taller, skinnier. All of these options are yours. You can also do Quactus. I may have to... let's get rid of the ones around the back. Put some up there. We have to dress Quactus accordingly. Do I have any more pins? I don't have any more pins. Well, that took a wonderful unexpected turn. I may need to redo this stream in 2 weeks with a serious cactus and have... Do I? Or do we just have Quactus? No, it does look like a cactus. If you have it that way, perfectly normal cactus. Right, let's put it... This is stressing me out. There we go. But from another angle, we have Quactus. He has got quite a big nose. Right. On that note, well done everybody. I am so proud of all of you. It's lovely to see you back in action, Robin. I'll be back in 2 weeks when madness is hopefully slightly calmed down. Thank you so much for joining me. It was spectacular. You have made my week, as always. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, my squishies.